Android just got smarter, meet Gemini Intelligence, Google's AI reborn. And yes, that's a Google book.
Welcome everyone to this explainer. Today we're going to break down Google's absolute monumental leap from the kind of fragmented Chrome OS past we all know, straight into a unified AI-driven future. If you've been wondering what the next 10 years of personal computing are going to look like, well, you're absolutely in the right place. We're looking at a fundamental architectural shift that is basically going to redefine how we interact with our devices. Okay, let's just dive right into this really provocative question, because Google's latest announcements strongly suggest we're moving away from constantly micromanaging our computers to simply expressing what we want to do. I mean, for decades now, we've had to translate our goals into this endless series of clicks, taps, and opening different apps. But what if the operating system simply understood your intent and just did the heavy lifting for you?
So, here is our roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover 1. A new computing era. 2. Meet Googlebook and Aluminum OS. 3. Gemini, the intelligence layer. 4. Android 17 ecosystem upgrades. 5. Rivaling Apple and Microsoft. And finally, 6. What this means for you. Let's jump right in.
Starting things off with Section 1, a new computing era.
For over a decade, we've basically lived with this divide, right? Android was for your phone, and Chrome OS was for your laptop. And running a phone app on a Chromebook, well, it meant relying on these clunky virtual machines. You were essentially running a simulated computer inside your computer, which totally drained memory and tanked performance. But by fusing the Chrome OS feature set directly onto an Android foundation, Google is literally eliminating that virtualization overhead entirely. They're bringing hundreds of thousands of native apps straight to the desktop.
So here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. We are transitioning from reactive, basic chatbots to an ambient intelligence layer that just works seamlessly in the background. Think about it like this. Instead of just asking a bot a simple question, an agentic AI could actually read a university syllabus in your Gmail, figure out the required textbooks, and then autonomously build a shopping cart for you in a retail app. It takes action across entirely different applications on your behalf. It's wild.
Moving along to Section 2, meet Googlebook and Aluminum OS. What's really fascinating here is the architectural pivot. Aluminum OS treats Chrome as just another app, not the entire operating system itself. That is a massive shift for Google. It means they can update the browser super fast without needing a whole OS reimage. Plus, Aluminum OS introduces a true desktop environment. We're talking free-form window resizing and native access to your laptop's NPU, that neural processing unit, which is basically a dedicated chip designed specifically for complex AI math.
And to actually run this new OS, we have a brand new category of hardware, the Googlebook. Listen, these are not your typical $200 education Chromebooks. Googlebooks are high-end, heavy-hitting machines built for Gemini from the ground up by top manufacturers. And they feature this really distinctive glow bar. It's a light strip built right into the chassis that visually reacts when your AI is processing information. It's a completely fresh visual identity for Google hardware.
All right, on to Section 3, Gemini, the intelligence layer.
Now, this tiering system is how Google minimizes lag while actually protecting your data. It instantly routes simple, highly private tasks, like, say, summarizing a local document, straight to your laptop's local NPU chip using Gemini Nano. But if you need massive data synthesis, like analyzing a huge library of PDFs using that crazy 2.5 million token context window, it seamlessly hands that off to Gemini Pro up in the cloud. You get the absolute best of both worlds, instantly.
I gotta say, this feature right here might be my absolute favorite because it reimagines something as basic as the mouse pointer. If you just wiggle your cursor over a date in an email, the AI instantly reads the visual context of your screen and offers to build a calendar event right there without you ever opening another app. Or wiggle it over a couch in a photo and it offers to visualize that couch in a picture of your living room. It's entirely context-aware.
This quote perfectly captures the whole paradigm shift. The OS is no longer just a dumb platform for running apps, it's an intelligent agent actively managing your workflow. You are no longer the micromanager of your computer, you're the director assigning goals. You express the intent, the AI goes out and executes the steps, and you just verify the result.
Let's look at Section 4, Android 17 ecosystem upgrades.
Google isn't just focused on laptops. They're pushing this intelligence everywhere. On your phone, Rambler actually cleans up your voice dictation natively, pulling out all those stutters and ums. Verified financial calls will instantly cross-reference incoming calls with your banking apps to stop scams dead in their tracks. But honestly, the pause point feature is brilliantly brutal. It forces a mandatory 10-second delay when you try to open a distracting app. It literally snaps you out of your autopilot doom scrolling.
And yep, this ecosystem upgrade even extends out into your driveway. Android Auto is getting way smarter, tapping into your car's front-facing camera for live lane guidance on these beautiful new 3D maps. Plus, it now lets you stream full 60 frames per second HD video right on your dashboard while you're parked. So, catching up on YouTube while you wait for your EV to charge? Totally seamless.
Next up, Section 5, rivaling Apple and Microsoft.
So, where does this massive strategic pivot actually put Google in the wider industry battlefield? Well, while Microsoft is really locking down the corporate office with Copilot, and Apple is doubling down on their walled garden, on-device privacy approach, Google is placing a massive bet on its search infrastructure. They are banking on their unmatched ability to synthesize huge amounts of real-time web data to actually perform those multi-step agentic tasks for you.
A huge part of going head-to-head with Apple is finally closing that ecosystem gap. By rolling out features like Cast My Apps, which literally lets you wirelessly mirror your Android phone apps straight onto your Googlebook screen, and bringing in a unified file system, Google is finally delivering that highly coveted, super seamless cross-device magic that Apple users have been bragging about for years.
And finally, Section 6, what this means for you.
First off, let's talk timeline. For any IT administrators out there currently having a mild panic attack about their massive fleets of Chrome OS devices, take a breath. This provides some serious reassurance. This is a gradual, multi-year transition. It is not an overnight forced migration. Legacy Chrome OS will be supported well into the early 2030s, giving schools and enterprises plenty of time to run pilots with Aluminum OS.
So, here is your actionable advice to take away today. If you're buying a laptop for a student right now, an affordable legacy Chromebook is still totally fine. But if you want to be on the cutting edge and experience agentic AI and that magic pointer, you are going to need to wait and invest in premium Aluminum OS hardware with an NPU. And for the developers tuning in, you definitely need to start adapting those portrait mode Android apps for desktop-sized freeform windows right away.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this somewhat provocative thought. As our computers officially stop waiting around for our manual commands and start proactively taking action, literally reading our emails, building our shopping carts, and managing our calendars, how much control are you truly willing to surrender for the sake of ultimate convenience? The era of agentic AI isn't coming, it's already here. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Whether you're Team Android or just here for the tech, one thing's clear: Google is rewriting the rules. Drop your thoughts below, hit subscribe, and stay ahead of the curve.